Welcome back to another episode of Iron Hands Engineering. Today we're going to be working on this. Now we are going to start getting her prepped for Ink and Engines Fest on the 17th and 18th of August this year. We've been accepted for something called the Grand Gallery this year, and unfortunately she's not that grand at the minute. There's because she's had a harsh winter, pieces of paint have been starting to flake off, wheels need polishing again, engine bay doesn't look as great as it used to, little things because she's been stored outside because of the house move. So we're going to start taking the spoilers off, getting them ready to be sent over to my boy Lewis at LB Restoration and Paint, and then we're going to try and get the rest of it done. We've got a little under a month to get her nice again, so let's crack on. Right, so let's start by taking the roof spoiler off, because as you can see it's started to crack in places and the paint isn't even the proper pearl white paint. Not that it really matters because it's a little bit, obviously it's forest found into it, so it's a bit patinaed, but I want this to match now if we're going to actually just repaint it anyway. So let's get this one off, shall we? And be careful not to crack it, because that's the one I 3D printed myself a few years ago. Right, well that was actually far too easy. All I had to do was actually pull it. The sealant was that far gone. So I'm lucky that didn't fly off on the way down to Mirage show or any other time that I've been driving it this summer, because I would have lost a perfectly good roof spoiler that I put a lot of hard work into, and someone probably would have got it straight through their window. So we now got to get this old crusty horrible sealant off, and yeah, we'll get this bugger to LB Restoration and Paint and get him to work his magic on it. But now we gotta get this bad boy off. And there we have it, one centrepiece of the 3-piece spoiler off. Now this is what you can see. This is all the way down to what I can assume is the gel coat or something on the bottom of it. Same here. I don't know why for some reason this one's black and this one's white. Maybe, I don't know, I've literally no idea. But as you can see, it's not in the greatest state. It's gotten worse over the last few months and all that, even just by sat in the sun and sat in the rain. And yeah, it really breaks my heart to have this sat outside, but needs must, and obviously we are cracking on with building somewhere to actually put it in, but it does break my heart. Yeah, so what we're gonna have to do now is we're gonna have to take the light panel out of the spoiler, get all the rubbers off and stuff like that. So that's ready for Lewis to start prepping. Right. So that's 3-piece spoiler is now all ready to go to Lewis. All the rubbers have been taken off, the lights out of it. It is just basically a carcass now, ready for him to just prep it back to bare and then get it done in the pearl white. That's all the brake light and all the rubbers that came off. I had to be extremely careful with the rubbers because I really doubt I can get any more. And also as well, I think last time I took it off, I did super glue them to it, so I had to just be very careful when I took it all off, so that'll all be prepped down anyway. So next, what we've just got to do, just to make this watertight, is put some Gorilla Tape on the holes and clean the sealant off of there. See, one of the other things we've got a bit of a problem with is this. when I bought these skirts, they came from Japan, but they were damaged. So I repaired them, and you can see here, this split here. I don't know what happened. I think someone ran over it at some point. It came off and it got ran over. But as you can see, it's come away from the bodywork. Now, every time you open the bloody door, it catches on the skirt, and then it pulls the clips out on the skirt in the sill. So we're gonna have to get that off, bend it back, and then paint it again, and then seal it a little bit better so it actually sticks to the side of the car. Not really what I wanted to be doing, but need to, don't you? Now, some of the eagle-eyed of you might have seen something in the back of my boot as we were taking that spoiler off. This is a split spoiler. Is it a split spoiler or a slit spoiler? I think it's a split spoiler that I made, if it will let it go over there, that I made tail end of 2 years ago for the Z20. I'd done it with the intention of fitting it and everything like that for a show that I was going to, and I rushed the hell out of it, as you can see from the filler work. But I made it out of a piece of the hardboard foam, fiberglass, and then filled the same sort of way I'd done the spoiler, the roof spoiler. But this isn't 3D printed, this is formed. So I formed all of this, and yeah, I made the mounting points and everything for it. It was mounted, it was on, but I didn't want it for a show that I was going to, so I took it off. But now I think it might be time to bring it back, because the way I did do it was, it was underneath there, like that, but obviously higher, and it did look good. Some lads did say to me that I'd made it too short, but I think the reason I made it a little bit shorter was to clear the horrible UK fog light we have to have. So I don't know, what I might do is obviously use it for the time being, and then when it comes to it and that, and I actually get to work on this again, we'll take the fog light off and put a new fog light in the rear lights, and cut this in half and just extend it a little bit. But for the time being, what I think we're going to have to do is take this to Lewis as well, because like I said, the filler work on it is shocking, and because I've done it, I can quite freely admit that. I kind of just done it just to get it done and then slap the paint on it. So yeah, we'll have this for Ink and Engines Fest as well. Hopefully I don't get smashed up on the way there. One of the other things we're going to do is actually what's been bothering me for a while. This window I had to get second hand because this one was all smashed out and was a plexiglass window. And ever since I got it, it's really bothered me that you've got a bit of black trim around here, and then it goes up, and then it just disappears because the paint's flaked off all the way around there, and then the rest of it's still black. So I'm going to get some acrylic black paint, and I'm going to tartan that up. I think it's done the same on the other side as well. Oh no, it hasn't. It's only got a couple of little bits out of it on this side, but it would be nice to freshen that up again, so I'm going to do it. Right, so let's go pay Lewis a little visit. Right, let's go see what Lewis is up to, shall we?
A few moments later.
So we just stopped and saw Lewis, dropped off the spoilers, and he did not want to be on camera, but this is him. He was very happily cleaning his paint booth with a Dyson. So we helped him push a few cars around, get the caddy in, and then I dropped the spoilers off and said, do them, and he went, yeah, all right, no worries. So he's now got them. So while Lewis has now got the spoilers, I thought we'd get on with the slit spoiler. Unfortunately, slip spoiler was done by me quite a while ago now, and it wasn't done in the best of nick, to be fair. I kind of rushed it because I needed to get it done for a show, and I didn't even put it on for the show. I put it on for about a week and then was just like, no, I don't want this for this show, so I took it back off. I think the only thing I'm worried about when putting all this effort into this is the fact that I'm probably going to forget that that is going to be the lowest point on the car, and I'll probably lower it down and crack it in half. So we might as well fill it, sand it all back down, get it all painted in that, and put it back on the car. So let's start, shall we?
Eventually.
So nobody really wants to see hours, maybe even days, of me sanding, flattening, filling, flattening again, painting, and then clear coating. So I just skipped it all, and this is what we're left with. Ho 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 ho. So much better than what it was. I apologise for the flashing lights, but we've got these awful strip lights in here. But that's actually smooth now. Even though it's going to be under the car, no one will see it. And then, like I said, we also done the bit on the side skirt as well, bent it back and sorted that out. But now we're going to get onto something different. Because the weather is not pissing down with rain, it is also not incredibly hot and, well, like a fire. So we're going to sit outside and we're going to use this stuff. We're going to try and polish up our nearly 40-year-old headlights, because at the minute they look like this. So yeah, they ain't the greatest. I did polish them up once before, but I'd done it by hand because I was afraid of maybe potentially burning through them. So we're actually going to use a drill this time, so let's see how that goes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, him. Come on, him. Come on. Come here. So, we've just finished applying one coat of this headlight sealer after working through the stages of the headlight buffer, and this is a difference, isn't it, Emmy Cat? Isn't it? That is what we've got compared to that. Look at that. Compared to that. Well, let's get on doing the other one. Right, so both headlights are now done. That looks so much better than it did. So much better. But now it makes the grille look a bit shonky. So if we've got time, maybe we'll take that off and paint that as well. But only if we've got time. We've got a lot of other stuff to do. Next up is probably polish the wheels or polish a car. So I got a little bit ahead of myself, and because we done the headlights and they came out lovely, it let the grill down quite a bit. So I took the grill off, I took it to work, I took it to bits, and I painted it all. This is what we got now. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, I kept the chrome as much as I could, but where like these bits were all peeled and yellowed and all that, they're now all satin black. So let's put that on the car and see what that looks like. So I put the grill on and it looks quality. Look at that. Compared to what it was. So that and the clear-ish headlights now, or clearer headlights. Now we've just got to obviously polish the rest of it. So the next stage is to attach the side skirt again. But in true British summer fashion, look at the fucking weather. And it's now drizzling. It's that fine rain that soaks you through. So we're going to go fuck around on the lawnmower now, and we'll get back to this another time. I'll tell you, the summer weather in the UK is fucking bipolar. So it's now lovely and nice again. So let's get on putting this side skirt on. So, car's now all washed. It feels all right, to be fair. The polished stuff that we've got this for it. Got some Auto Finesse Revitalised kit. So we've got stages 1, 2 and 3 in here, along with the polisher. So we're going to be doing that on the car in a bit. I've given it a little bit of a feel over the top of my hand and all that, and it still feels good from when I clay barred it a few years ago. There's no really like bobbly impurities or anything like that in the paint, don't feel rough or nothing like that, so I'm gonna just wing it really. But before we get round to polishing that, we're gonna fit this. This is my slit spoiler that I painted along with the side of the side skirt and all that. We've got all the brackets and stuff all made up and ready to put on there, so we now got to get on the floor down there and put it on. So let's do this. And that's the slit spoiler all fitted. And some people have said that, that I've made it a little bit too short. Technically it is meant to go right out to the edges there, and then when I move a fog light out to that one. So when I make another one, I'll make it longer, but we'll see how long this one actually lasts on the back of the car, because that is now the lowest point of the car, I think, other than the chassis rails while that's all aired out. So we'll have to see how it survives. I think that looks fucking tasty, to be fair. Yeah. Hopefully that survives the drive down to this show, and hopefully I don't get put on a bumpy bit of ground. Because I ain't going to check before I lower it. So, yeah. So, next job is polish up all the paintwork. So I put my hand in my pocket like I just said, and got this revitalised kit. So step 1 from Auto Finesse, so step 1, 2 and 3, as well as a pad primer, masking tape, microfibers and the pads that are needed, plus the instruction book. Now, I ain't normally one for polishing, detailing, all that kind of stuff, but I thought I might as well give this one a go, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah, let's start slow and see how it comes out, shall we? So I've done stage 1, and it's actually got out a lot of the imperfections and horrible grime and all that the paint seems to have collected over the years. I'm not really sure how well you can see it in the camera, but it's actually made like the bonnet shiny, all the wings, the roof has never been shiny. But it's done a hell of a job. The boot lid as well, it's made all the boot lid shiny as well. Because those three areas, the bonnet, the roof and the boot, they were all the bits that were exposed to the direct sunlight and stuff like that when it was sat in the woods. The sides went relatively unscathed because it had a lot of stuff around it and all that, but yeah, the roof and that were always a bit dry and horrible, but that has actually cut them back lovely. I'm well impressed with that. It's never going to get rid of everything because really this all wants to be resprayed again, which in the future, to be fair, will probably be one of the biggest things on the cards, but yeah, for the time being I'll see if I can save his paintwork. But let's move on to stage 2. So stage 2's now done, and good God, the shine that's coming off it now the sun's actually coming out. Look at that. That is quality. Look at that. Same with the roof. I've polished out a lot of the bad areas that we had in the roof. There's still some bits you can see. Is there? Oh, what the hell? Okay, maybe there isn't. But I'm just so happy with that. I really am happy with that. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's do the 3rd and final stage, and then I can have some tea.
2 hours later.
So I just finished the 3rd thing. It was worth it. Look at it. Look at the shine. Oh. Can't really see it too good at the minute because the sun's going down, it's late in the day. Oh, you can see all the smears and stuff I've left on there though, so I need to get rid of them. But I'm just so happy with how it's come out. It's so shiny. Oh yes. So yeah, in a few short hours we'll be heading off to Incan Engines Fest. Next video I will be actually doing the coverage on that, because I'm quite excited at the fact that this is actually like happening in Norfolk, right on my doorstep. You don't normally get much things in Norfolk. You get classic car shows and bits and pieces like that, but you don't ever get like a tattoo convention or a big car show. And if this actually is successful and molds it all together, that would be absolutely fantastic. The place is being held, the Norfolk Showground, has actually been it's the spot. It's a really big ground. I've never understood why people have never done anything like that before. We had a Jap Fest there once before, and people bitched and moaned that they had to go so far out of their way to go to a show somewhere else. Well, that's how it is for Norfolk for every show. If you come from the east, that's how it is for every bloody show. So having 1 or 2 out here is actually a bit fair, really. But yeah, that's my gripe anyway. But anyway, guys, cheers for watching this episode of Iron Towns Engineering. I really appreciate it. I know it was a bit long, but I just wanted to cover basically everything that I was doing to get the car ready for the show. So yeah, I'm not sorry about that, but yeah, the video was a bit lengthy. So if you stuck it out to the end, you are a true gent. And I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers out there, everyone who's liked, everyone who's commented, everyone who's shared, all that kind of stuff. I'm really enjoying actually doing this YouTube thing, not even for clout or anything like that. I'm just actually doing what I do in my day-to-day life, but trying to film it. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying that, if I'm honest with you. So anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that if you haven't done already. and I'll see you on the next one. See you later, guys.